There are currently more refugees worldwide than at any other time in Earth's history. The need to integrate them into our communities is greater than ever. So we're just going to jump right into it. This presentation is on social impact solutions for Singa. As we go through the presentation, we'll address where Singa should locate its international headquarters, how it can create a revenue stream to allow it to achieve its goals, how it can maintain its Singaness while keeping local autonomy, and how it can extend its reach globally. An important goal of Singa is to address misconceptions surrounding refugees, including that they don't integrate well into society, that they cost money and other scarce resources, and that long term strategies to address refugee integration are implausible. Our solution to all of the challenges we've just listed is to create a single Singa mobile app, a place where refugees and host communities can connect and interact in meaningful ways. The primary goals of the app are threefold. First, transition. In the United States and elsewhere, resettlement agencies, in tandem with the government, assist refugees for their first 90 days in new communities, offering help with transportation, securing housing and employment, basic language skills, and other important aspects of daily life. This app would play the part of a vital aid in transition from those first 90 days to full integration into host communities. Second, connect. A mobile app is an easily accessible way for existing members of local communities who want to help and who are in need of help to connect with new refugees in their communities. As refugees become more integrated into these communities, they can in turn reach out to newly arrived refugees through the app. Third, contribute. By providing opportunities to connect, the app will allow local communities and refugees to form a mutually beneficial relationship. Refugees will become integrated and contributing members of their host communities. This process will aid in disproving the misconception that refugees are a financial drain on communities. Will refugees be able to access the app? According to the Huffington Post, a large majority of refugees worldwide have access to a smartphone. For many immigrants in the United States, smartphones rather than laptop or desktop computers are the primary method of accessing social media, news, job listings, and more. And because the app would be accessible in a number of different languages to anyone with a smartphone, it would help Singa become a more globalized force for good. However, as we will discuss later on, the app's heavy focus on user participation and individual members of communities would allow for local autonomy. While other apps designed to help refugees do exist, ours is unique in that it streamlines a variety of services into one easy to use app. Its focus on integrating refugees into new communities and on helping them use the app to contribute to those communities also sets it apart. Finally, Singa's already established network and partnerships will give the app exposure that other existing apps lack. The first step for app users would be to create either a volunteer or a refugee profile within the app. The main page of the app will display several tabs that link to different categories, important to both established community members and to refugees. In the following slides, we'll go into more detail about those categories. The goal is that with time, all refugee profiles successfully transition into volunteer ones. Volunteers would post jobs, services, skills, housing opportunities, and more that could be useful for new refugees. New refugees would provide information like job skills, interests, languages, and wants and needs. The app will use a geolocating service to help volunteers and refugees easily connect with each other on a local level. This could allow small business owners to get directly involved in refugee integration by allowing them to post job openings that could be filled by refugees. At the same time, it will allow refugees to become better established and begin giving back to the community. There will be a donation feature that allows individuals to donate money or needed items like clothing, furniture, and more. The monetary tab could direct volunteers to PayPal or a similar processor where they could donate money directly to Singa. The Items tab will link to a map displaying local drop-off centers. The housing feature will allow local community members willing to temporarily house refugees, including property managers willing to temporarily subsidize rent, to list their available openings. Refugees will then be able to view these listings and make connections with these different parties using the app. The language training feature would allow existing language programs to advertise their services. Additionally, individuals can volunteer to hold one on one training or small classes, granted they have the facilities and resources to do so. Refugees would then be able to choose appropriate classes from this list of language services being offered in their areas. The cultural events feature will allow both refugees and volunteers to share their diverse cultures by advertising local community events. These can be simple things like dinners, concerts, plays, and other cultural experiences. The purpose of this tab is to showcase different cultures in a way that will connect refugees to citizens of their host communities and help create friendships. The recreation feature will be a list of activities taking place in the area. This will be more casual than the cultural events tab. It can be used to create pickup games of sports in the area, hang out at local coffee shops, or viewing parties for sporting events at local bars. Let's look at an example of how both volunteers and refugees could use the app. If you're a business owner looking to expand your business and hire new workers, you could just log into the app and post a job listing, just as you would on LinkedIn or Indeed. If you're a refugee looking for employment, you could log into the app and search for different positions that align with your work experience and interests. Once you find a position that you're interested in, simply apply. This would be an easy way for local businesses specifically looking to help refugees to offer aid in a way that benefits both employer and employee. And to help overcome some of the aforementioned stigmas surrounding refugees, emphasis would be placed on all of the various features of the app that refugees, once established in their new communities, become the volunteers helping to integrate new refugees, now posting their own employment and housing opportunities, offering language training, organizing cultural events, and more. The Singa app will generate revenue by offering advertising space to companies. Due to the variety of services offered on the app, the platform will attract a wide variety of companies. Advertisements could consist of small banners on the bottom of the screen as well as pop up ads. The use of advertisements will allow the app to be free to use for both volunteers and refugees, while also generating revenue for Singa and its goals. And finally, we would suggest establishing Singa's headquarters in the United States in Austin, Texas. So, why Austin? Austin is the ideal location for Singa's headquarters for 3 reasons. First, business. With the motto Keep Austin Weird, the city is dedicated to promoting small local businesses. Singa's platform would easily adapt to Austin life, and the large number of small businesses would create an ideal member base for Singa app. First, finally, there's no state income tax in Texas, something that would attract potential employees. Second, diversity. Because it is a highly diverse city, Austin would have the human resources to facilitate refugee integration. Additionally, there are several refugee agencies already present in Austin that could potentially encourage the use of a Singa app to aid in the integration process. Third, university. The University of Texas is a world-class institution that has one of the most diverse student bodies in the country, which would make for an ideal volunteer base. Its first-rate legal clinics could also prove a useful source for Singa. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to witnessing firsthand the great things that Singa will do moving forward.